What is up, everybody? Another video here. Like always, I don't know which order I'm going to post them in here. I did get the Grapple off the trailer last night that I'm borrowing from my uncle. It's made by Jenkins Iron and Steel, Long Prairie, Minnesota. Talk a little bit more about it when I get going here, but this brush pile is stuff that we cut from our grove around our house and drug down here by hand. And last night, I got a little bit of a video just for a couple minutes right before it got dark on a video I'm going to post. And then I got going in the dark. And I don't know, I was pretty fluid with it when I first started. I've never ran a Grapple before. But I went for an hour. Okay? And you're going to see what I got done in an hour. And then I'll put you guys up on my head again here with the head mount. And you guys can see me do some more here. So this is the pond. It's been neglected. We've never had a Grapple. We've always had to come down here. Well, before we had a skid loader, we'd come down here, cut them off, drag them out. You know, you didn't really dig out the stumps or the trees, and they'd come right back. This section here, about 2 years ago, I came down here with a bucket, pallet forks, and a chain, and it took me a long time. Like, I'm talking a couple days just for this, I don't know, 30 feet wide area that we can see from the house. We can look into the pond, actually. Yep, all this, 1 hour. You can see the fence line where they used to farm up to, and where my grandpa used to have cattle over here. 1 hour. I mean, it's just unbelievable what this thing can do. I'll talk a little bit more about, I'm driving one-handed here so I can actually make sure you guys are pointing it. I want to make sure I get that up out of the way. I mean, there's a lot of brush here. I bet you I quadrupled the size of the brush pile in a matter of 1 hour. It's just garbage stuff that I got to finish doing. Here's where it got real dark and I was having trouble seeing, you know, if I was not grabbing everything that I was raking with it. But I didn't really go too deep in here. I might come back and do that here in a little bit, but just trees. Well, it's not really trees. I'm pulling out all that garbage brush that's killing all the trees and making all these trees fall over. I don't know if you guys can see in there very good. It's quite rough out here. They put hydrous into this field last fall. It's not the smoothest ride, as everybody knows that's ever operated a skid loader. I suppose the newer ones got pretty good. I mean, our seat has suspension, but I'm sure maybe the newer ones have suspension. I don't know. I try not to look. I mean, I look at new stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I try not to get too caught up into it because then I get all like, "Ooh, I wish I had that." Ooh, you know. And this is actually a pretty nice ride. I like this. It's actually a pretty new skid loader, 2008 model here we got. My uncle runs it on like a 590 or 595 or something. I don't know what he's got. I don't know what I'm going to grab here. I'll figure something out. I am going to put you guys on my head mount strictly because I'm afraid the suction mount is going to have too much vibration with being on a rough field. So, just going to make sure I'm looking. Let's take a check here. That should work. Just because I'm afraid with this the vibration that it's not going to it's not either A, it won't stay on the window, or B, it's really wet right here. Hopefully it won't get stuck, or that it won't be a good quality video because it'll all oh boy, it is greasy right here. Or the thing would be just poor quality, and I thought you guys would be seeing good video. That would be a disappointment. So what I'm doing is just kind of pulling everything out of the woods here along the line. It should improve the crops along the headlands because a lot of it was overhanging the field that I'm grabbing. And I'm just kind of throwing it out here. Once I'm really debating here. It's not windy by any means, but some of the trees are kind of green. If I can get a fire going, we do have a burn permit to be burning. I get the fire going, and then I'll just stoke the fire. If I don't get the fire going, what I'm going to do is probably stack it all up in a horse pasture, because this is going to take up where we normally burn in a corner of a wet portion of the field. It's going to take up too much room now that I've ripped all this stuff out. So probably going to stack it up in a horse pasture here. Oh, this one wants to tango. Just stockpile it in the horse pasture so that when we are ready to burn, and we can just do that in the horse pasture in the summer, whenever, so it's not in the way of the land renter. Pretty good rut here, that's why this one don't want to come out, but if you can get a good grab on it, just pop, come right out of the ground. Then you can see we got all this grapevine garbage. And you can see that tree just fell right over because it wasn't even connected to the ground. The grapevine was holding it up. That grapevine stuff, it just kills trees. I'm not a tree expert. I apologize. Somebody asked me, oh, is that an ash tree? Sure. I wish I knew more about trees. I did shop class in high school, and we used to, know the kinds of woods. I can tell you roughly what they are when they're, in a finished form. But when they're standing out of the ground, I don't know. I do not know. I can tell you evergreen pine trees versus other style trees, but. We can get back to the topic at hand. So this Jenkins Iron and Steel, it's a rock brush grapple is what it's called on their website. And at first I'm like, well, I think I want the Bobcat or the flat bottom style. So I'm like, I want to be able to push brush mainly. We don't really have a need to pick a lot of rocks. And I thought, the brush would come through the rock portion. No, I was wrong. I am, after running it just 1 hour, well, it didn't even take me an hour to figure it out, but just 1 hour last night, I was thoroughly convinced that this was the style of bucket. The ability to pick up, rip out roots and have the dirt fall through is unbelievable. And then the individual tines going up and prying out roots, I think it's way easier than trying, you think about it, if you had a full bucket, the normal bucket like I initially wanted, you're scooping a full bucket of dirt every time. It takes power. It already takes power to run this thing. So I am thoroughly convinced this is the style of bucket I want. Now in terms of manufacturer, these are very competitive priced. Not even just competitive, they're very reasonably priced at that. I remember when I was looking for when I was looking at brand new snow buckets, I remember coming across the Jenkins and how low priced, I thought they were low priced when I was analyzing everything. And I remember thinking, yeah, that must be a garbage bucket if they can sell them for that cheap. And then I started reading on the forums, and snow removal guys talked very highly of them. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously their products are good. Ended up finding a used snow bucket that was custom made in our area. That's besides the point. We didn't go brand new. My uncle went and bought this from them, Jenkins. Said it was a matter of like 3 days. They ship it for free. Whoa. Barbed wire. Barbed wire. Gotta let that go here. See if I can find it here. In a matter of 3 days, it was at his house. There it is. See if I I can just snake the corner of it. Shipped to his house for free. That's pretty impressive. You think about shipping something of this nature. It weighs a 68-inch model, and on their website it weighs 261 pounds. We'll leave it right here for now, because I'm going to be done in this area for a second. It weighs 961 pounds, and they ship it for free from Long Prairie, Minnesota. Now that's hard to beat. I mean, I don't know how many good things I can say about it. I'm impressed. I'm sold on this style grapple. I know Travis of How Farms Work, technically Travis of the rest of the story he is. He was using his to sort wood the other day, and that's when I really got to thinking, like, you know what? This might be the style to go with. So I am going to, well, this is just borrowed, like I said. This is just borrowed for the next couple days here. It's on a Sunday, if I didn't already say that. And I don't know when, but I'm pretty well sold. I'm probably going to order one of these for myself. Some of this stuff's hard to grab just because of the nature of the layout of the land here. I'm trying to back uphill. This one's pretty uncooperative. It's got a pretty well established brush here. And I am on a nasty side hill. You just get your skid loader on firm ground, just angle your bucket up and pop, they come right out of the ground. I hope you guys are seeing it, because like I said, I'm nervous to put the GoPro out laying on the ground just because of how I got trees flying all over the place, swinging around. And I'm afraid I would plop a, where's this one coming from? I'm afraid I'd plop one right on the GoPro. Go with the rock bucket style. I have one and it's great. And I was sold by then, but he had mentioned it the other night too, I think. It's unbelievable. The ability just to let the dirt fall through is so nice, where you'd have to sort out all that dirt if you were having the Bobcat style. I know Bobcat makes a brush one too, but I'm sure the brush ones are built pretty heavy, but I don't think they weigh as much. But being built so heavy like a rock bucket's kind of nice. It really is, because you can actually dig with it pretty good too, without having to worry about, am I gonna snap it or bend it or. I can remember when I was real young, we used to walk around this pond, but there's been no way we've been able to walk around it recently. It's just so overgrown. Oh, more barbed wire. That's why I stopped last night. I was digging or I was going at it here, and I came across a couple metal fence posts, and I stopped because I didn't want to run one of them over in the dark. But I'll tell you what, I'll drop this here if I can get it off the tine now. Now it's stuck on a branch. There it goes. And I will get out and just do a quick look at this. gather up my barbed wire here and keep going. Let's see here. I mean, this thing is built. It's on our S205 Jenkins iron and steel. They're little things right here. Make sure I'm looking at it. I looked at it on my phone here. Jenkins iron and steel. I'm impressed. I picked a couple stones with it last night. Bird or something. Right here there's a lip. You can see it. It's probably an inch deep. And then again, right there, to help keep the rocks in. And boy, you wouldn't think so, but it really keeps the rocks in. I had trouble getting them out. A few of them, smaller ones, and then even some of the brush that gets stuck in the bucket, it has trouble getting out of there. So I'll take a couple more videos maybe when I'm scrunching all this up together and just keep you guys posted. All right.